What a weekend for the Golden State Warriors. I told you after Game 2 and the Warriors went down 2-0, this series was not over yet. And now it's tied up 2-2 after Harrison Barnes could not connect on a potential game-winning three. And now we shift gears. Back to Sacramento for Game 5. Don't jinx it, folks. Spam dubs down in the comment section. Type it as many times as you can if you want the Warriors to win Game 5. And with that, let's talk some Warriors right now. 126-125, the final from Game 4 at the Chase Center in San Francisco, and one of the more exciting first-round playoff games you'll ever see. We were riding the seesaw back and forth between the Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. This is Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Hope you all had a great weekend like the Warriors did, picking up a couple of victories to knot this series up at 2-2. Now, De'Aaron Fox, he continues to blossom as a superstar in this league. Really solid player. You have to admire and respect the game, especially after what he's been able to do throughout this series. And in Game 4, 38 points, 9 rebounds for him. Keegan Murray really good. Domantas Sabonis, he always seems to just hang out in the lane for 5 to 7 seconds, never gets called for that, never gets called for other fouls. He's been mediocre in this playoff series. You know who's been great? Steph Curry, another 32-piece for him. Klay Thompson with a couple of big threes, 26 points for him. And Jordan Poole getting the start once again ahead of Draymond Green. Draymond Green coming off the suspension. He told Steve Kerr, keep me on the bench as the sixth man. Continue to start Jordan Poole, and Poole finally able to find a groove. And this is really how a lot of Dub Nation is feeling on this fine Monday after that exhilarating and thrilling win in Game 4. You put your hands up like this, you cheer. I told you the series was not over. It ain't. And I think the Warriors win in 6 or 7 games. So you see how Steph Curry, how Draymond Green, how Klay Thompson are elated right here. That's what my one-word reaction to Game 4. Elated. Elation. What is yours? Let me know down in the comment section. Certainly have some fun with it. Now let's talk about this game, right? And let's talk about this series now. I told you after the Warriors went down 2-0 that this series was not over. We have seen this time and time again from this team, which has been on a dynastic run for about a damn near decade, and they've won 4 NBA championships. There's never any panic. They never seem to worry. Even when things get a little bit tight, they're cool, calm, and collected, and they understand with the championship mentality, with the championship culture that they have, they can overcome any type of adversity and any type of deficit. And I also told you that it's great for the Kings, a young team with a lot of players who don't have a lot of playoff experience, to win the first 2 games inside the friendly confines of their own arena in Sacramento. But are they built different like the Warriors are? Can they go on the road, hostile, raucous environment with the Chase Center popping off in San Francisco, and knock off the defending NBA champions? They couldn't. They looked a little bit flustered, and now it's the Warriors with the momentum in this series, really feeling good about themselves, going back to Sacramento with the series locked up at 2-2 for a massive Game 5, and they now realize they can steal this series and try to repeat as NBA champions. That's what happens when you have a core like the Warriors have. Seasoned, never scared, always rising up to the occasion. And the same can be said there for all those latter points for Steph Curry. 32, 4, 5 of 11 from 3. He did miss that bunny late. He hated that he missed it. That opened up an opportunity for the Kings to win this basketball game. But drama. Harrison Barnes, the former Warrior, misses. As for Klay Thompson, probably his best game of this series up to this point, 26 points, 4 of 9 from 3. That one sequence at the end of, what was it, the third quarter, when every member of the Warriors touched the basketball, and then Jordan Poole with a little pop pass to Klay Thompson in the corner as he beat the buzzer. It was glorious. It was beautiful. And now Klay, who hasn't really been great on the road in this series, gonna have a big game in Game 5, in my opinion. I'm going Warriors in 7. That's really my prediction here. Warriors in 7. I just think that They're locked and loaded right now. They're feeling themselves, and they smell blood in the water. They understand that they can win this series. They know that the Sacramento Kings, with a young team, with a bunch of players who don't have a lot of playoff experience outside of the aforementioned Harrison Barnes, they're panicking a little bit, and the Warriors can pounce all over that. Now, we do want to welcome a brand new sponsor here on Warriors Today, and if you didn't catch the shows last week when we were plugging Underdog Fantasy, let's tell you more about Underdog Fantasy. Keep the fantasy fun going with Underdog Fantasy. See for yourself at chatsports.com/UnderdogWarriors. Make sure you use our promo code ChatGSW. We're going to put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. Underdog Fantasy, the simplest, most rapidly expanding fantasy sports app. In their pick'em game, you can select between 2 and 5 players and predict if they'll achieve higher or lower stat totals in their upcoming games for a chance to score big. Plus, try it out. Their rivals picks to pit 2 players against one another. And don't wait. Sign up with our promo code ChatGSW at that link on your screen right here, chatsports.com/UnderdogWarriors. I have had a lot of fun throughout this playoff run here in the NBA, picking players to go higher or lower their respective totals. For instance, Steph Curry, higher than 36 points combined with rebounds. LeBron James, higher than 28.5 points. D'Angelo Russell, lower than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It is a great game, 100% match with your deposit using the code ChatGSW at chatsports.com/UnderdogWarriors. We're going to put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. For the Warriors, championship mentality. They never panic, and they didn't panic when they went down 2-0, and now they're not panicking going back to Sacramento for Game 5. But for Golden State, all year, and the sample size is long, they have not been a good team on the road. Offensively, they struggle a little bit. More so defensively, they can't seem to get a stop. They're going to have to get more stops in Game 5. And we've seen this dance before, right? A lot of teams take on the Golden State Warriors, and, you know, they might win a couple of games throughout the course of a playoff series, but then as that series progresses, and as the Warriors make some adjustments, and as the Warriors start to find a little bit of a groove, and they sense that momentum is on their side, considering that they've played in so many big playoff games, and they've won 4 NBA championships, and they've been a player for the last decade, they never panic. They never get worried, whereas the other team does. That's when they crater. That's when the Warriors do rise up. Now, before we hop on out of here, you know, our main Chat Sports YouTube channel is awesome with our NBA content, but also it's fantastic with our NFL content. And if you're a fan of the National Football League, you're going to be a big fan of our NFL draft coverage, which kicks off on Thursday. For the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft, we'll be going live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. All starts Thursday, 6 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you subscribe and join us on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. Now, incredible series here. Game 5, going to be electric. You already know the Sacramento fans are going to bring it. That is one of the best home court advantages in the NBA. Not a lot of people realize that because the Kings hadn't made the playoffs in about 2 decades, but my goodness, it is going to be an awesome atmosphere. And if you're an NBA fan, you're a Warriors fan, you're going to really like to see the spectacle on Wednesday night. My keys to victory for Golden State have to finally get a road win. They've been abysmal on the road all throughout this year. And you know there's that saying, right? You are who you are, right? And the Warriors have been a bad road team all throughout this season. But they have a lot of playoff experience under their belts. Can they finally get that road win and then close this series out? Game 6 at the Chase Center to advance to the second round of the playoffs. Road defense must be better for a lot of the reasons that I talked about. And it's great to see Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton starting to get a little bit more acclimated. I think that at points, Andrew Wiggins has been the second best player on the Warriors throughout this playoff series, and that's with him not having played a lot of basketball over the last couple of months. Defensively, offensively, came up big, especially in Game 4. Another point, which role players can step up? Look, Jonathan Kuminga, Gary Payton II, Dante DiVincenzo, if it's Draymond Green coming in off the bench, if it's Jordan Poole coming in off the bench, they need a collective effort to really be able to absorb what is going to be a very, very loud arena on Friday and a Kings team that plays very, very good in Sacramento. Can you get a classic Steph and Klay heater in big games, deciding games, momentum-shifting games? They've done this time and time again. They were awesome in Game 4. Can they duplicate that performance in Game 5? If they do that, I think the Warriors win. And if they win, I don't think there's any chance that Sacramento will go on the road Game 6 on the brink of elimination against the defending NBA champions and win that game. You win Game 5, you snatch their souls, and I think this series is a wrap. So who you got in Game 5? It's a big one. I think the Warriors finally win. I really do. GSW for the Dubs, SAC for the Sacramento Kings. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on surpassing the Lakers report on our road to 50,000 subs. And if you made it this far, let me sneakily add this in here. Type real one down in the comment section.